This is Dormouse03, continuing my Max Payne 3 old school difficulty walkthrough, and this is Chapter 7. And I cut out a lot of the cutscenes and walking at the beginning of this and moved right to the action. So it starts you off in sort of an awkward position right here. There's not a lot of cover, and I get lit up a little bit as I am running around. So I'm gonna warn you right now, my performance in this chapter, especially this first section of this chapter, this first video, isn't the slickest of my playing. I didn't really remember this chapter really well. I kind of, when I thought of this level, I was thinking of Chapter 9, where the paramilitary guys come out, and I don't know if I was half asleep when I was playing this the first time through, but I didn't remember this level all that well. So it's me sort of struggling through it a little bit more than I would like, but it is what it is, and we do what we do. So after you clear out some of these guys, there will be a few more in the next area where I was aiming. But first, I want to go back to the bar and pick up a couple of painkillers. There's one in the bar and one in the room around behind the bar. So you want to make sure you get those. And then continue on. So, yeah, this was a really, really long chapter. It had some extensive cutscenes, especially at the beginning, and some things that happen, like a couple of the tourists that you meet. There's one that I trim out at the end of this bar section right here. And I don't know, it's pretty long. And this is, I had mentioned in a previous video on Chapter 5 that Chapter 5 was the last time that you see these gang members, and that was not true, because I think this is the last chapter where you see a majority of these gang member guys. So there, yeah, I trimmed out there where I met with the tourist dude. And
it was Monday afternoon, and I'd already been thrown out of a party.
I will trim out here where I jumped down into the pit. I don't know, I cut out a lot of the even tiny little cutscenes here just because this chapter was so lengthy anyway, and it's a lot of sort of running through the level too. But it's a nice level design. I mean, it's bright. There's a lot of colors, and it's sort of a fun little environment. The thing that you want to remember throughout the majority of this level is that there will be people on multiple levels. So like right here, there are a couple of guys down on the ground with me, and then there's also a couple of guys upstairs, and so they can clip you, and I think they do clip me a little bit as I try to run up. And you don't start with a whole lot of ammo either, so you're trying to make do in this first little part with not a lot. And gosh, the range on that sawn-off shotgun is a little bit unrealistic there. It's realistic in terms of accuracy, as you'll see when I'm trying to blind fire it right now, because it seems like I should be hitting that guy, but just not, which makes sense because by definition the sawn-off shotgun has a large spread and isn't super accurate, so that would make sense. And now I've used up a lot of it. And I'm going to swap it out for something else. So as soon as I clean up that dude right there, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna pick up this micro SMG. So I'll be using that. And then I try to get over here to the left. And it seems like this will be a good little spot here to take care of these next two guys on the rooftop. But I don't execute it super well. So I get over here and I try to do a good job of anticipating where these guys are going to be, but I just didn't recall very well where they were going to come out. But they're going to come out where I was sort of pointing. So there's the first one. And he gets me a little bit, but then his buddy really does a little bit of damage too when he pops out, and I expected him to be a little bit closer to the other guy, so he caught me a little off guard. So just note that's where they will spawn. And right now you have some guys. There's one to the far left up there on top of the buildings. And then there's a couple more in the middle, and I was trying to figure out how best to take care of the situation, because I do what I think I should do, which is take out that guy upstairs because he has a good vantage point on me, and then I just couldn't get a good shot on the other people on the middle level right there. I could sort of see them through that little area right there, but I just didn't have good line of sight on them, so I did what I didn't really want to do, which was move upstairs and use all my painkillers and get shot up quite a lot by these guys, because right now I'm exposed. They can see me better than I can see them. There's a guy upstairs. There's a guy downstairs. And it just wasn't a good situation. But now that I've gotten through that, I've managed the worst of that little area, and I can clean up the rest of these guys. And there are quite a lot of them. So there were those guys. Now there's another one up on that building right in front of me. And there will be another that runs out. So I was just shooting the door just then. I thought there might be someone else upstairs, but there wasn't. And right now I'm thinking, don't die. Please don't die. And then that guy comes out and I'm like, oh dear. I had like a millisecond of bullet time, and it was enough to be able to spray that guy in the face. So, there's the last one, and now I'm saying thank you. I don't have to do that section over again, but I didn't leave myself in a great position for the next sections, but
I was getting nowhere fast.
Somehow we powered through. Yeah, that could have gone a lot better, and I haven't figured out exactly the spots that I'm going to want to do, because I'm definitely going to want to take a different approach to that on hardcore, just because as I've started playing through that difficulty, it is the bullets are much more damaging, and so you want to stay in cover as much as you can, and there was way too much of that section where I was forced out of my cover, and so it didn't go super smoothly, but you can get through it that way. That's sort of proof that you can do it, even if you have to move out of your cover. And right now we're gonna move on to the next part. So You shoot open one of these locks and you go in this building, and then you have a short little cutscene, and then you will be going up the chain, and there is an achievement right here that you can get if you shoot all 10, I believe, of these guys, 9 or 10. So there's 4 on the ground there. I don't get it in this, by the way. There's 4 on the ground there, 2 in that middle section, and 3 up here. So as you can see, I didn't get all of them. And now I am barely clinging on to life. But luckily there's only a couple more guys to kill before I get to the next checkpoint, and a couple of painkillers. So I just know I have to survive just a little bit longer in order to do that. And so I clear up those last couple of dudes and then run around the corner here. And there will be guys on that balcony up there across from me. And you want to just kind of run and dodge and roll and try to avoid getting shot by them as much as you can. And you want to try to get down into that other little room. But if you can take some of them out from right here, that will be to your advantage, because you're a little bit closer to them right now than you are when you go into the room down those stairs right there to my left. So I'm going to clean up the rest of them, and then I will hit the end of this video. I had to split this section up just for practical reasons, of trying to make them as even as possible, going through this chapter and trying to keep them all under 15 minutes. So after you clear up some of these guys, you will go down the stairs and hit a checkpoint. And that is where I will end this video. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next section.